Although Korea, China, and Japan all underwent drastic changes in their cultural and technological aspects of life, the instigators and the outcomes of the developments were varied in each country. Due to infiltration from Russia, China, and Japan, Korea had to change from an isolated country to one that is forced to be open to other countries. With their eyes now opened to new ideas from around the world, the country began to modernize and brought forth ideas of implementing Western-style education, society, government, and science. However, by being a colony of Japan, Korea lost its sense of individuality that they were led into in World War II. The biggest cultural change they suffered was when Korea split into North and South Korea after World War II, due to each part of the country being isolated from the other.
Both Korea and Japan endured cultural changes due to foreign influences, and after cultural changes, both China and North Korea had a communist government.
Similar to Korea, Japan has also gone through changes due to foreign influences. Preceding the US's rule in Japan, the country was far behind on its industrial growth. It was heavily relying on other countries for their ideas and then selling them. After the US came in, they entered a period of drastic developments in terms of their industry. This modernization made it much easier for Japan to become globally active. There has also been a development in both global communication as well as an increased blending between firms and the banks. The United States even helped Japan create a constitution in the Allied occupation reconstruction phase. The United States caused 3 different phases of reform that affected Japan's politics, economy, military, and social aspects of life.
Unlike Korea and Japan, wherein both countries were transformed culturally by foreign parties, China's culture had to adapt due to domestic influences. The dictator of China, Mao, had the 4 odes removed from teachings. Books and other media were burned to further this. These 4 odes were cultural parts of China, such as habits, customs, cultures, and ideas. They were destroyed so they could implant new ideas into the younger generation's heads, so that they would not know about China's past socioeconomic structure to terminate any influences that would damage the communist mindset. China went from being culturally rich to having a decline in their education and cultural components.
Although both Japan and China faced industrial and government changes during their development in the 20th century, these changes are minor compared to the changes of Korea. Not only did Korea have to change from an isolated country to one that is forced to be open, but they also lost their beliefs, ideas, and a sense of individuality through becoming a colony of Japan. However, the dramatic effects of Japanese presence during their development in the 20th century also brought about the greatest cultural change in Korea, the splitting into North and South Korea. Therefore, Korea, Japan, and China had drastic developments in both their industry as well as their way of living. However, the reason and outcomes of the change were contrasting within each country.